I have a speech and discussion about how I'm feeling and I'm concerned about the tragedies that happened in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. And it also includes a week apart, Gilroy, California, about this massive shooting and gun violence problem with the society and this generation we've been living in for centuries and decades. I'm talking about this year is what matters. And more than 30 to 32 people lost their lives that were murdered in the mass shooting that has happened in El Paso, especially Walmart and in the mall. And I'm keeping myself worried, and I want to keep myself and others protected in gun violence. And they're just working on putting a document in on regulating gun control. And they're real keeping it strict about doing big and deep background checks on the person before they possess a firearm. Because we all need some special weapon for self defense based upon what the law is, but we all have to go through registration. And you're supposed to use for camping, for hunting, and for protection for intruders and burglaries, and security and police. But we can't discriminate at all. It's hard to spot what people plan to do, especially if somebody decides to post something on social media what they plan, but they got police to tackle it down and take the person into custody because you're causing it unsafe to the community and to the unsafe to the public. And with these massive shooting attacks, it also and before that, that was in 1993 at the World Trade Center. But I like them to get chased down. But indeed, that assault rifle should only be for federal employees only, and all those whoever carries rifles, because I show support for that community. I like having a clear, feel safe. They don't feel we care for everybody, and we care for their education. We want children to have a good life. We want children to live positive, and I want to see children become safe. And I feel like it's a headache. I feel traumatizing that people are just going up shooting up schools. And I like to see them put the proposal in banning guns, banning semi-automatic rifle ammunitions. And look at what the president is doing, restricting these ammunitions and restricting those social media posts. I don't mind what people post on social media as long as it's not a threat. What is prior to what happened 2 days ago in El Paso and Dayton, and what happened last year in Florida, Parkland, that's called Douglas High School in Florida. My thoughts and prayers and the victims to their family. And it's so regretting that lives are being lost by gun violence, not just accidents. What's worse is gun violence. And like I don't even know where they're getting it from or not. We know it's mental illness. Like it's so much hate that's been going on. Like we love each other. We love all people just like we love brothers and sisters. Like we love all religions. We love all race. Male and woman is what we all love. We love all kind of people. I like what comes positive. I don't like listening to anything negative, and I don't like seeing what people post that's negative, because then it gets detected by those securities. And I like to see social media have checkpoints for statuses people post, because I'm so worried, I'm so concerned about the safety to the public. Because every time I go out the door, I take precaution of me carrying some kind of backpack. I like where everybody can see my backpack, see what's in my bag, so people can feel safe. Because I'm tired of hearing about these things, these incidents where we're in horror, like we're not safe. But everybody's feeling like nowhere these days is safe, because we've been living in this gun violence society, this generation, and terrorism society. But you know what post 9/11? It's made a society down the hill where airports require checkpoints to see what people carry these days. And you know, certain words you say that comes out of your mouth, they take it as a threat behind that. Because you know, people feel that kind of way of that. The thing, the thing is, we all have to watch what comes out of our mouth, what we wear, and what we post on social media. Because it takes one kind of status for things to become evacuated. Because this stuff is not a joke at all. We cannot tolerate this. We cannot tolerate what kind of threat people are making. Because the thing is, if I'm a celebrity, I'm an artist, I host events for concerts, I'm worried about my fans' safety as well. Because look at what Cardi B posted. She had to cancel some of her concerts because of her safety concerns about her fans. And also affects her reputation as well. Like it doesn't have something to do with her. It has something to do with incidents that has happened at her concert. And what happened 2 years ago in London at the O2 Arena with Ariana Grande performance. One of the lives were lost because of terrorist attacks. That has something to do with the bombing in London. But we know terrorists is in Europe as well. Not just America, but you know, America terrorists has something to do with the gun violence that they're deeply trying to restrict. And I would vote on guns being banned, especially with people who don't have a permit, who are not authorized of having it. I have support for the safety of the communities. and safety to the public as well. I love our police for our protections, not police that has something to do with police brutality. It has something to do with the gun violence safety. And I feel sorry for the residents in Texas, not just El Paso. It has something to do with the whole entire state and Ohio as well. And what made a massive change in Las Vegas with one of the largest gun violence shooting in historic history in America. We know every day is tragedies, but gun violence like this, it's severe of a tragedy. It's causing people to feel like they're in danger to 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 themselves and to others. We care for what becomes a rule for special safety and for protections. We love our people. We love our community. We love our nation. We love global nation as well. We love others, especially who are innocent, who are good people. And I can't even estimate how many people were killed in Walmart, especially in El Paso and in the mall. And all the states, the place have to be evacuated with armed police, bomb squads that they're looking for the active shooter, active killer. I hate negativity stuff because I don't want to feel that way because we know we all have to watch news every day, but people say news has depression effects to our mind and what it makes us think act in a certain way. This is why all we have to do to keep ourselves being afraid is be around the right people as we can. Because we all know nothing is safe in this world, nothing is guaranteed, because we all live in a world of unpredictability. Because you don't know what you're going to run into these days. You don't know that your life can be the end. Any day could be the last day. Who knows? This is why we know life is important. We all have to get an education to go places in life, to go somewhere in life. But our concern, our primary, is our safety. Because every time I leave the house with a backpack, it always has to be clear for my policy myself. I like to see schools be regulated with clear bags only because of my concern to the safety to the children, safety to the adults, and it's safety to the residents who stay in that neighborhood. And we know gun violence is all males, not just white supremacists. And statistics is more white man crime, white man murder, what we believe. But it could be any guy, it could be any religion, it could be any person that could be one of these attackers. We know anybody can be terrorists in life. And we take these threats real serious. I like everything negative being taken serious where the police is able to tackle the person as a suspect. We take jokes real serious with no game at all, no game to play. This is why we have to be positive. I like to take dress codes under regulations on what we wear because it's all about the safety. If somebody wears a shirt with a gun image, that's a threat. That promotes violence. We care for our school, our safety, our community as well. And especially when there's like malls and districts and tourist destinations, we like to have more police under that control. That's why I like to always ask police for a picture because I have support with our safety, our community. It shows what I care for. I always care that we get more police hired, have more jobs being done. Because we hire more securities, we hire more armed police, we need more of our safety. We drop these crime rates down the hill. Just like after 9/11, they hired more New York policemen that has 50,000 that are on duty, that are employed. That's one of the largest police academies. And I have support from the London police as well because these are one of the largest global cities in the nation. Especially we're in perfect relationship with the US versus the UK as well. And people all around the world knows about these gun violence in the US. They all know about what happens in America. We have to fight our lives every day for our protection. So this is why we all have to pray before we leave the house. They have to teach children how to be safe and how to be precautious going going to stores, going to places. Because everywhere in life is surrounded for unpredictions, what we could never be aware of. Because what happened in the environment that could have had happened at a grocery store like Rouse, Target, Whole Foods, Sprouts. This is why they have surveillance on what you say. They have it on camera. They report that to police and FBI. I care for police like FBI, DEA, and Homeland Security as well. This is why we can only trust God for our spirit, our forgiveness. And the reason why I'm sharing this video because I'm expressing how I'm feeling about what happened yesterday, what happened 2 days ago. It was less than 24 hours apart. And we all run into encounters of something we cannot control. The thing is, for us to feel safe or something, it's hard to avoid crowd of people that's surrounded by you. And surrounding is the most important thing we have to be aware of for our safety because we can't judge a person of how they look, what their religion is, because people feel like what they are because of issues of post 9/11, even though that's targeted to Muslims. But not all Muslims are that bad. Not all of religions, not all anything is bad. But you have to wear something on your shirt. You have to say something that comes out of your mouth for people to become afraid of you some kind of way. And the gun violence that has happened in New Zealand, it was hate crime. The guy was from Australia, like they mentioned the word Nazi to that. And with Texas, with their crime, with their felony crime, it's capital punishment towards that. And we should take capital punishment for people who have machine guns, who have guns, especially for felony convictions. Because I care for the society. I care for crime rates to drop, just like The stock market for negativity should be a massive sell off. The positiveness should be a massive buy off. So we care for our economy, we care for our safety, we care for people having good lives. We care for children to get educated, live a good life, get good grades in school. We care for that. I care for all school districts to be regulated with metal detectors so it protects incidents happening in schools. And I like to see schools get regulated with dress codes as well because we feel like we want a safe community. We want a clean community. We like to see a good image to the environment and a good image to the safety to the public. The thing is, I don't mind traveling, but I would travel with people. I would do a research on a person, even though I don't think I would be allowed to do one, because I like to take precaution with the people who I hang out with, be around with. Because if I don't take precaution who I'm with, I can end up being a suspect. I can end up being the wrong person. I care for the word precaution, being careful, because that's the most important thing we have to be in life. And we care for the public as well. Like I keep saying, we know our people, and including president, he cares for the public and the safety, and he's feeling irritated about it. And the thing is, I don't support anything politics related. I'm just independent. I don't support any political party, so I don't know too much about these laws. And we know how hard it is to get access to the White House, access to the United Nations, for example, because these are all federal facilities. And we know a lot of things aren't allowed inside. But if it's a clear backpack, the thing is, it must be a small size. It must not exceed a bag where a computer could fit in there. But even though it's clear, it still has to go through X-ray machine, so nothing can be hidden inside because it could be deep inside. It could be deep inside where they're not able to see. It still has to go to the machine like it's a computer scanner. It's a body scan to see what's in your system, what you could be detected for with drugs inside your system. We're working on a lot of work slowing these crime rates down because we feel like we want to make friends in life. And we know with the society we living in, people are complaining we live in a mean society. We live in a terrorism society. We live in a gun violence society. And I feel like I want to think about is what we want to make this society more friendlier, where it's easy to be sociable, make friends with all kind of people. We all feel like we need love with people in life, show our love to people. Because for me, I like to believe in what's positive or anything. We love all people equally the same way. We love our family. We love all religions. We love who we are. We love who the person is or anything. We know it's wrong to discriminate, even though federal laws prohibit discrimination, but it's global, not just the US. We know if it's an epidemic with something that's in the US, it's global, just to believe it. Because everywhere we go, it's crime, it's always a problem. We know it's including schools that's a problem. We know workplace that's a problem. Because you never know where we are that we can be unsafe at, especially what we have an encounter with. We know tragedies has been happening. The thing is, we like to see our police on guard. We like to see police spot what's on social media because they have polices for Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Because if somebody plans to post something that's really serious, what they plan, they will take it down. They will have FBI's capture the person. I care for community. I care for places to become a friendly community. Because anything that has terms and agreements, they take that stuff real, real serious. This is why I like to be around right people. This is why I like to be around good friends. We care for people to live their lives. I care for people to go places, have fun, like they're being safe. I want them to feel safe as well. I'm more about everybody's safety. Even though it's including me and family, I care for the public and the people. I like to keep mentioning this, like I will pray for it. We know there's accidents, we know deaths are natural, but we're not supposed to have people's lives that's taken short by gun violence and killing that's been happening. I feel like I hate to hear things that's negative. What people post. We know gun violence is not gangs. It has something to do with hate and also terrorists is what I hate to hear. And and death rates have been on the rise with the death toll. Because if somebody got shot in the mass shooting, they end up in the hospital, they die, the tolls goes up. Because they're doing an estimated count toll. They're analyzing the count of it. I feel like for me, I'm talking like I'm on the radio, like it's a 60 minutes or 30-minute show. Like I'm being interviewed on camera and I'm being interviewed by these medias, these news journalists. And people are paid to analyze things and they got strict, I'm worried about cities globally adding surveillance cameras with the capture if there's like major events. Because I care for people, the public to be safe, and I I carry my clear bag to show what they can see in my bag, so people feel I'm clear, I'm safe to them. I want people feeling I'm safe to the people that there is. I like to keep myself really worried because with the post 9/11, it's still the same society we're living in as now. Even though that does not have something to do with the ISIS and stuff. I I feel like they need to tighten those securities. I like to see these IP addresses get monitored with these smartphones if they're at major events like concerts, sport venues. Because I don't know what their thoughts are. I feel super, super worried about these incidents, these posts. shootings that's been happening, I feel like they should monitor these social medias, what's on their smartphone, their device, their tablets, their backpacks. I like to see the people carry backpacks where they're able to do X-ray, where they're able to go to checkpoint under these metal detectors. We feel like we need to strengthen more and more of these technologies with these smartphone computers when they go public places, go to major events. I feel like it needs to get tougher and tougher and tougher. So we can all feel like we're in a secure place at the time. We all know it's traumatizing to watch the news because it's always negative news and tragedies has happened. But the thing is, we can never be too prepared of what can happen, especially that's not even natural, that's unnatural. We all gotta love another. Why hurt people if they haven't done anything wrong? That's cruel, that's evil, that's devilish. I like what's godly, that God loves. We all gotta love people like we love the same way. We love our family, of how we gotta treat people the way we want to be treated. Because we don't know if we feel vulnerable or not. The thing is, for example, if we're going outside, we can be taking a gamble because you don't know if a vehicle can pull up, start taking hostile at you. And the thing is, with buildings, workplace buildings, one mistake you never do is leave the doors unlocked with everything empty and employees inside because it makes them feel scared and hostile because all the things we hear, because anything that's been happening, it has effect with the society, this generation, and the economy we're living in. We know it takes a long, long time to change the economy, and that's the same thing as changing the society as well. We all gotta go from opposite, from the negative, going to being to a positive. We gotta wear stuff that's peaceful, especially with our clothing. And let's wear what's appropriate with our fashion. Let's wear fashion where it does not become a threat, where people will feel hostile at you. Let's promote whatever people feel that they're safe with, and never promote anything negative, because they will take it from there. I got more and more notes and more details I have to publish because how sad, how I'm feeling, what I'm expressing from the reaction from 2 days ago. And I want people to tune in. I want to build, gain more trust in me because I don't want my trust to be volatile. Because I don't want to do anything at a certain point where they'll feel afraid of me. But I want people thinking that I'm doing well, doing a good job of showing my safetyness to others from the backpack I'm carrying, if it's clear. Because I want people thinking I'm doing the right thing to them, doing the right thing to others. And it's still a sad time what's been happening gun violence in history because massive shootings has been happening and we started to get on the rise in the early 1900s. But future that, 50 years from there, 100 years from there, it's been going up the chart, going up the graph, up the hills. I have more notes, more things to post about it. What I'm sharing, it's to the public and the media and the cameras. Because I don't want to feel like I'm at fear when I travel, going places. I want people showing I'm safe to them as they're feeling pleased to them as well.